So 13 cars set to be on the grid. Kevin Young, I think, is going to be pit starting here. But Christian Gomez having the EOL, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he might have a drive-through as well. Let me double check on the penalties log here, because that was something I did forget about. See if I can find it out. There we go.
Also noticed that
he does have a drive-through on the opening
yet
lap.
again, nearly at 120.
Yeah, it spiked really hot, and this is going. It's only going to get hotter now that all the cars are on track at the same time. It is only going to get hotter. So yeah, Gomez has a drive-through penalty. So that's, again, not the end of the world. He mentioned that the competition yellow, which is on lap 16, is really going to bail him out here. So even if that penalty does start kind of in for a loop, he's got that to kind of sit back on. He's just got to get to the field to really try to go out and win this thing, because he is the fastest guy here, as he's going to try to let the 34 go by.
34 might have trouble starting the car, or now he gets it rolling, so all cars moving. We see Trenton jump also drop to the bottom, so I think he might have had a penalty as well.
I didn't.
Yep, so
there's a penalty.
They both have penalties, yes.
So yeah, because that would be related to the drama, I believe.
Yeah,
Trenton was right. Trenton, the retaliation after the finish of the race is what got him. I remember that now.
So that's going to hand the lead to Tom Bourne and Eric Stamp.
Yeah, Eric Stamp's going to be the
pole sitter.
Yeah, he's the pole sitter technically, yeah.
Though Watkins Glen, personally, I don't think there's much difference between the left and right lanes here.
I personally, obviously, being the Oklahoma guy, typically, being the IndyCar guy, typically I prefer being on the outside lane.
Me too. Me too.
It's just, when you're on that inside lane, it's so easy to be in the middle 3 wide, especially if you don't cover that inside. And who knows? You've got Bronson, Stafford, who looks really quick. You've got Chapman and Stooksbury, who are all going to be right on the gearbox of that 53. It's so easy for that pressure of just wheel hopping it and just losing it early. It's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, especially on the cold tires, on the hot track. It's not going to take too long for the tires to get up to heat, but we already know that even when they're in the right temperatures, it seems like they're in their hung temperatures. So I think the biggest thing here is going to be hoping we have a clean turn 1, but I think the eddies of the last hour would show that that's probably asking an awful lot. But we'll find out. Pace car about to take the hard turn down pit lane.
13 cars set to take part in the Watkins Glen 132. The Porsche Carrera GT pulls in the pit lane. Eric Stamp and Tom Bourne leading us to green. We are underway. Green flag in the air. We are racing at Watkins Glen. And Tom Bourne with a really good launch. Eric Stamp stays alongside with him. And it's very
got one
clean.
car off and into the wall.
That is the 34 of Robert Kenny. Struggled with the braking, but he kept it safe and running.
I don't think he hit the wall too hard. I think he might have brushed it. I don't see any damage on the 34, which is good news. 72 also coming down pit lane now. Kevin Young did indeed do a pit lane start, but Eric
60
Stamp
in the wall. Joey Chapman.
Yeah.
Really hard impact on that side, on the driver's side, the left side of that number 60, and he's going to drop down quickly. Substantial damage, especially on the left front.
Oh, we got contact there with Tom Bourne. He's in the wall back across. 2-3 cars involved. Jump, I think, is going to get involved as well. He does with Javier-Gomera, so big crash on the exit of the bus stop. So already half the field pretty much has been involved in collisions right away.
Yeah, Tom Bourne, Javier-Gomera, Trenton jump, and that's sort of what Christian Gomez was hoping for.
But Trenton was hoping not to have it all there. He's got a lot of damage to the front of the car. He almost missed it. He kind of threw the car off the track trying to avoid a lot of damage to the front of that Mustang. Javier-Gomera, all of them have driven away, but they all have varying degrees of damage. That's really unfortunate for Tom Bourne because he was looking really fast, and with everybody around him having some issues, he looked like he was in position to capitalize. And Javier-Gomera and Bourne pit, as does Gomez to serve the penalty. Trenton jump stays out. So that's an interesting thing to note.
It makes
with
sense
all that
to stay
damage.
out with the damage. Like as long as the damage isn't affecting the handling of the car, and who knows if it's going to affect it with how minimal downforce there is on this car. You notice the lip spoiler, very minimal downforce on this car at the moment. I wonder if he's staying out knowing the competition yellow, and if he can just hang on and stay on the lap, he can stay on a strategy plan that he might be sharing with Gomez and his teammate Logan Breakey up in fourth.
Well, we got Stamp and Stafford leading the field. They're pretty much nose to tail. And like we mentioned a little bit earlier, Stooksbury really just playing it nice and tidy, sitting about 2 seconds back. He's kind of on an island right now. He's breaking away from Breakey and Packard, but not really losing Stamp and Stafford as fast as I thought that they would drop him here either. So Stafford looks pretty racy. We saw him think about a 3-wide move off into turn 1. That very brightly colored machine is all over the back of the 53.
Not a combination we have typically seen at the front of the field. Justin, you've raced with these guys quite a bit. Eric Stamp, is he that big of a road course guy?
Not particularly. He had a lot of struggles at Road America, as I did, probably about a month and a half ago now. It's just, he's really showing speed, kind of out of nowhere. Really taking it to Bronson Stafford right now. He's gapped him here on the opening 2 laps. So I'm surprised. This is definitely not who I would have put down as the leader for the opening lap of the race.
Got a little twitch there out of the carousel, but he's really actually, that gap that he's starting to form really has only happened over the last lap and a half. He's really started to kick on the afterburners here to respond to Bronson Stafford's offense here.
Yeah, kind of keeping on the 19, sitting in third at the moment, ready to capitalize if either of these two mess up. Stafford, it looks like Stafford's really good in the final half of this track, but Eric Stamp able to really kind of hammer it away from turn 1 all the way to the bus stop here. So it's going to be interesting to see if Stafford can kind of game plan around that, if he's going to try to get the lead away from 53, or if he's just going to kind of sit and kind of wait, knowing that that competition yellow is going to kind of neutralize everything before he can get much progress in.
Another interesting thing to note here is if drivers decide, I don't know if they're allowed to refuel. I don't know what the rule is on that.
There is no limit.
So there is no limit on that. So if drivers decide to pit before this competition caution, Christian Gomez is only 23 seconds behind the pack right now. He's going to be putting in some bangers. So we see a lap car get out of the way.
He's already set a 13.6, which is the current fastest. Eric Stamp running a little wide, getting a really good apex out of the carousel here.
Wonder if the lap car maybe caught him off guard a little bit because the cone's flying and stuff.
It's possible, yeah. It can be really distracting.
He got a little bit off sequence going through the bus stop. Just didn't attack the curb on the entry. And
we got off. Is that Stooksbury? Sorry to cut you off there, but Stooksbury's in the gravel in the penultimate corner. Don't think he's going to hit anything. But that's, wow, he was doing really good there by just existing, and unfortunately now he has made a mistake, so.
Luckily it's not a costly mistake. He is not damaged, unlike Trenton Jump, who's trying to get by him now, but.
Almost picked up a little bit there.
I think the braking, as we mentioned in practice, I think that the braking is going to be a persistent issue.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a look at it here and see if it was front or rear limited. It actually looks like he clipped the grass a little bit, and that's what ended up costing Tyler podium place here. He did a very, very nice job to keep that car out of the tire wall, but he got the right sides into the grass on his entry, and that's definitely what sends you around really quickly.
That moves Logan Breakey into the podium spaces. It was a all-Canadian podium last week at Phoenix, and all 3 Canadians in the top 6 so far here. Mike Tellier in 6th.
Ooh,
as Stafford goes for it.
They both missed the corner, and they touch. Stamp holds on.
Stamp holds on to it. Holy cow.
That was pretty aggressive by Bronson Stafford. I don't know if he overdrove the corner a little bit, because they both completely missed that turn. And then made a little bit of contact.
Kristina, the 61, had a left front lockup going into the penultimate corner. That's why he washed up the racetrack.
So that'll do it. It was kind of a move that happened on accident.
Well, great job by both of them to, one, avoid wrecking it after they make contact, because that can easily just send the car straight into the wall. And Stamp, despite a little bit of...
Oh, we got a spinner. We got Trenton jump around.
Oh, second one of the night for him as he gets it righted. I don't think he's had contact that time, but he did lose it. Teammate goes by on the left-hand side, the right side for you.
Oh, and we got Eric Stamp off track. Eric Stamp is off the track, and Bronson Stafford is going to take the lead at the bus stop.
It's happening everywhere. Eric Stamp going off at the bus stop here.
Is it raining? No, just didn't hit anything. Didn't hit anything for Eric Stamp. He just completely missed the bus stop. I wonder if that was lockup related or he lost the rear that time. We're seeing a lot of struggles here as the tires come up to temp. I wonder if the temperature is getting very, very hot now or not.
It's 121. It's a good thing you brought that up. I brought up the weather menu. It's 121 degrees on track. 81 degrees is the air temperature. The hottest it's been all race long. Winds about consistent, about 8-9 miles an hour to the west so far in this race. But the track is the hottest it's ever been, so it will be giving drivers a lot more challenges.
I don't want to curse these guys, but shout out to Logan, Breakey, and Brockton Packard at the moment. They are hanging in there very nicely, running some consistent laps. They've been kind of nose to tail for the last, not really nose to tail as much like we saw with our leaders a few laps ago, but they've been hanging in there nicely, following each other, and if our leaders keep stepping on top of each other like that, they might be in a pretty good spot to try and make it a four-way fight.
I want to kind of take a second here and kind of shout out 34 Robert Kenny. We were seeing him struggle so much in practice, but he is sitting in fifth. He's not out of the window here. He's just 5 seconds off of Logan Breakey here, 9 seconds off the leader. He's doing a really good job of just keeping that car clean when he needs to. He found the limits in practice, and he is sticking to what he knows the limits are. And that is a fantastic job by that 34 to recover the way he has been, up 8 spots. He is the biggest gainer of the race so far. A really big move for that 34 machine.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Of course, it's amazing what you can do with a race car when it's not upside down, but he's found a way to really, I don't think anybody has found the limit more than he did in practice, so it makes sense that he's doing good in this race now. But yeah, sitting nicely in the top 5, holding a pretty steady loss of time to the leaders and making it pretty manageable. So yeah, just 10 seconds off. Very good job.
It's Stafford and Eric Stamp. It's 1.6 between the top 2 at the front of the field. All 3 in the podium spots at the moment are Ford Mustangs. So we'll see if Packard in the highest place, Javier-Gomera, can do anything about it. No Toyotas in the field. Evan Coleman decided not to attend this evening's race.
Kevin Young has hit the pit lane.
Yep.
He's already 1 lap down, so I don't know if this is scheduled or not.
I do not believe so.
He's got a little bit of damage on the car, so he's had his fair share of incidents. Of course, he was the car that was in the bus stop earlier, so not very detrimental to the race at the moment. He's racing with Kevin Young, though, or was racing with Joey Chapman, but I think Chapman is out of the race now.
Correct, he is out. The 60 car, the first retirement of the race. 2 really severe incidents for that 60 car. It's taken him out of contention early.
Very strange how he's exited this race. He went very wide. I almost wonder if... I think he got a little loose and then locked both the front, smacked the right front tire against the wall in the exit of turn 1. And I think he said I had enough. I don't know if he used his quick repair. And I don't know if we get quick repairs in this one as well.
You get one. He used it pretty quickly early in the race then, and had to use it again.
Yeah, so the smack he took to the right front definitely would be terminal.
Right now the gap is opening up. Stafford opening up the gap. It's 2.2. Stamp, I think, kind of just sitting and waiting for that competition yellow.
He did a nice job to not compound his errors there after the bus stop mistake. He lost the lead, and he's just kind of cruising at the moment now. I wonder if he was getting pushed very hard there by Stafford, maybe driving out of his limits just a little bit. It looks like the Breakey Packard battle might be heating up a little bit here in a few laps. Packard's been putting in some pretty consistent laps.
Yeah, both of them have been. It's down to 6/10. Breakey, one of the teammates there for Christian Gomez, Trenton Jump, part of the Three Musketeers there.
Ooh.
And Packard really pushing it. Saw the front wash out and the rear chase to try to keep it under control.
See Breakey here taking a little bit of an earlier entry to the corner as well than Packard. I'm not sure if that's defensive or just his normal lane. It's interesting how many different lanes people are driving when the cars have been this much of a struggle. How different drivers have been coping with that is interesting to watch.
Let's keep an eye on this battle. Can he still fit? And then it's a really decent gap all the way back to Tyler Stooksbury in 6th place. Gomez sitting in 7th. He's going to try to overtake Stooksbury here in a couple laps, I believe.
Yeah, he should be able to get him based on the pace that they were running. As you see here, big opportunities here. Breakey going a bit wide at the exit. Might open the door for Packard, especially headed into that penultimate corner, but he's just going to fall back a little bit. No, he's going to... Ooh, he might have half a look here.
He's looking at... Oh, he's definitely looking at side by side.
I thought he might have went in too deep, but very good there, side-by-side stuff. Breakey holds on for now. Good stuff.
Keep an eye on this battle. This is for the battle for 3rd between Breakey and Packard at the moment.
Ooh, and Stooksbury's off, guys. Stooksbury's off. That's going to let Gomez through. He's in the wall.
So, more misfortune there, but the battle for 3rd at the moment still heating up. So that does put Gomez through up another spot. Remember, he already served his drive-through. Still side-by-side up through the S's. This is going to be really tricky. You can't really pull that off at the moment, but they're making it work. Still side-by-side. And I really can't tell who's got the advantage at the moment, but it looks like he got a little bit traction. But look, here comes Breakey back on the outside into the bus stop, though. I think Breakey might let him have it.
Packard faded him a little bit, tried to squeeze him in that braking zone, and it worked. Packard up to 3rd. We'll take a look at the Stooksbury incident here in a second, because it's the same spot he went off earlier. And he's down to 9th as a result. But they're
very good race. They're still going at it, yeah. Breakey trying that wide arm. Oh, he's going to lose it.
He's losing it, and he's in the wall.
Yeah, he's in the wall. Really gave it all his effort there.
In the world, but that's definitely not what you wanted to see 5 laps before the competition yellow.
Gomez also has picked up a little bit of damage on the left side of his car. I wonder if that was related at all to the issue with Stooksbury or not.
We're actually going to go and take a look at that real quick through our replay. Stooksbury was just way too hot. That would have had nothing to do with Gomez. Gomez was behind him and had that damage before Stooksbury's incident there.
I'll try and take a look and see where he picked that up from.
Yeah, guys, Gomez got that damage on lap 5. He just ran wide at the bus stop and hit the barriers on exit.
Interesting. So even he is struggling here despite being probably still one of the fastest cars on track. He's made it back up to 6th. I wonder if he's going to try and use that quick repair or not. Maybe save it.
I would probably use it. There's a pretty extensive amount of damage on that left side. Because he's definitely pancaked it pretty hard, but he's not the only one.
He's still running fairly competitive lap times.
Oh yeah, he's still the fastest man on track. He is 4/10 faster at the moment. No, Trenton jumps
Stafford's
fastest
just a little bit faster than he is as well. So he's not quite the fastest, but he's still putting in very good laps. And for somebody who's had to drive through the field as well, he's been taking a lot more out of his tires. So he's been doing a very good job of managing that. So
Trenton jumped the current fastest man on track in the 1:14.4 last lap. So
with that damage is surprising.
Yeah, so the Sky Blue Motorsports guys, 5th, 6th, and 7th, setting some pretty good times. Breakey aside, trying to recover from that mishap out of the carousel, which sees him down in the 5th spot.
It was a really good battle, though. I'm still kind of buzzing over that. It's a shame. It looked like he almost had it saved, too, but it seems like this car is really hard to get going another direction once it does start to slide. So, unfortunately, he kind of was a passenger there.
Oh, and I believe Kevin Young's going to retire from the race, guys. He just had a big incident at the bus stop and just towed off. So, I think that's game over for Kevin Young.
Oh, yeah, the whole front clip is off of that race car, so a bad night gets worse for him. He lost it in the second phase of the bus stop and went nose into the tire barrier, so
want to see if we can get a good look at it here. Oh, yeah, big impact there for the 72. But now we're going to focus back on the race leader here.
Christian Gomez is going to be catching Logan Breakey here very soon, but I think the caution's going to probably come out before he gets to the back bumper of his teammate. I think they're all pretty spread out. at the moment.
It is 1.9, and with the caution coming out in 2 laps, probably. I don't know. We'll see what the lapse time's here. It is a little over a second. He could get to him.
Yeah, you might. I thought I apologize. I thought the competition yellow was a couple laps before this, or a couple laps earlier than 15. I thought we were coming to it. So, yeah, he may get him here before too late. But I don't think it's going to matter one way or the other since everybody's going to be coming down and pitting. But yeah, Gomez really on a charge here. I wouldn't count him out of this race yet, especially knowing that we have a caution coming up because he's stayed. Even with his mistake early on and the damage he may or may not be carrying as far as performance goes, he's hanging in there very nicely. And even with the drive-through, only 22 seconds off of the leader. So, and with Bronson putting in as good a laps as he has been, seems like it's really, if we get Stafford and Gomez on the same row, it'll be a really interesting battle.
Plus, you throw in Eric Stamp. If once he gets some fresh tires in, see what he can do here as the battle for 5th heats up now within a second.
Yeah, he's got that advantage, though, Bronson and Stamp. They don't have to burn through that quick repair. I almost spoke too soon. Eric Stamp had a very big moment in turn 1, but once again keeps it off the wall as we're looking at the battle between Breakey and Gomez. But, yeah, the front 2 cars have the advantage that they don't have to burn through one of their quick repairs. We're really not sure if Gomez is going to use it or not. Same goes for Breakey and... you would think they would, but Trenton Jump seems to have a lot more damage, and he seems to be one of the fastest cars on the track still, so...
I think the interesting thing we're going to see is that Christian Gomez attacks the racetrack. Watch him here going into the bus stop. Look how close he gets to the barriers on entry. So close to the end of that barrier. He attacks the racetrack more than anyone is right now, so I think he's going to really put on a show once we get a yellow, bunch everyone up. And get some fresh tires on.
He's always been inch perfect, regardless of what he's driving. It's very impressive to watch Gomez go around. That's usually where he finds all that extra speed on some of his teammates and, you know, some of the other competitors. It's very good about getting as close. He's using all of the racetrack, which is very critical. I'm glad you point that out because you can see him now. He's going white line to white line, gets a little loose there as he chases down his teammate. But really, really fast laps from Gomez as he uses everything at his disposal. And a little more with that left front.
I believe the competition yell is coming at the end of this lap. So if Gomez is going to take that pass for 5th, he's got to do it now.
He had a half look down into turn 1, and I think it cost him a little bit of time. He might be more aggressive this time around, but I also don't think he wants to... wipe out the 29 car here.
He's got a really good charge there up the S's. He's going to look to the inside of the bus stop. Nope, not there.
It's those half looks that are the dangerous ones. When you're very committed, both drivers are very committed, you usually can get away with stuff like that, but that's the worrisome thing, and that's why he's losing quite a bit of time there. It's those, can I make that?
Wide.
He does, which we saw earlier. Does a good job to not lose the back end.
Stafford's in pit lane now.
So Stafford's trying to pit to beat the safety car. So that's going to hand it off to Eric Stamp because Stamp stays out. So does Brockton.
And the caution comes out. The leader takes the...
Gomez got Breakey as well, I believe, as the caution came out.
Right as the caution came out, yeah. So Stafford playing a really interesting game. That is a legal pit stop.
I like it because he's going to get the lead back now.
Oh, absolutely. A really good run. Eric Stamp's going to get another lap led in his books here. It's been between him and Stafford as far as like who's going to lead most laps here. As Eric Stamp waits for the Porsche pace car to get by.
So that does
hey guys, Bronson. Sorry to cut you off there, Kristina. Bronson has a black flag. I'm showing a black flag for Bronson Stafford, so he might have gotten a speeding penalty on pit lane.
That might actually, if he's serving that right now, I think, though, because he's still stationary. I've actually, it's funny that this is being brought up because I had the same issue happen to me at Watkins Glen where I had a 40-second penalty. It's going to probably serve under the caution flag, so I don't know if he's going to hang on to the lead, but this is not going to be as detrimental for him as I think it would be because now he pulls away from his box, so I think he's okay. Unless he still has one to serve, but I think they might have served it if it was speeding in the box.
Because especially if he got entering pit lane,
it would have been under green conditions.
He would have had to serve under green conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, it's showing clear on scoring now. So
Yeah.
it looks like he got away with with one.
I only know that because I had the exact scenario happen to me in a truck race here. I pit when the pits closed on me when I was trying to pit, but it let me serve it under caution. So he just about got away with that one.
Wow.
What is interesting to me, though, is he tries to hustle around. He's coming through the bus stop now. I think he's still going to catch the pace car in time. But I wonder if anybody, maybe Stamp is going to come out of the pit before he gets to the exit of the pit lane. And might be able to hang on to the lead. I don't think it's going to matter because Stafford is boogieing down the backstretch right now. But it might be a little closer than we think.
Let's see here. He's coming around the final corner here. Eric Stamp's entering his pit box now.
I think he's going to hang on to the lead here.
I believe he should. Trenton Johnson needs a fast repair, I think. Yep, fast repair being used by that 46. We'll have to keep an eye on that 29 and the 48. Robert Kenny
Stafford
first one
will
out.
get the lead.
And Stamp got beat out by Packard.
Oh, wow.
So Packard to the second place.
That's going to put Stamp right behind your race leader. So he might almost prefer that, honestly. Yeah, assuming the lane choice.
He's got a penalty.
Oh, no.
Speeding penalty
for
the
speeding.
53. Yep.
That's critical. So both of them speeding in pit lane. That's very interesting.
Stafford got away with it.
Gosh, that's awful for Eric Stamp because I bet you it was probably on pit exit. He probably was speeding trying to beat Brockton Packard, lost to Packard, and gets a penalty for his troubles. So he's really in trouble now. That's super unfortunate for Eric. He's going to have a big uphill battle if he wants to try to get back to the front. Who this helps is Christian Gomez, though, because now he finds himself sitting pretty in, I think it's going to end up being, or he does have, he's got Kenny in between him. So, yeah, he'll be P4, which is kind of incredible considering the circumstances here. And he's got Trenton Jump, who also started the back right behind him. So they're inseparable. They just love each other too much.
Yeah, just to kind of keep in mind here, like Logan Breakey did not use a fast repair. He took a manual repair for that number 29. Stooksbury and Javier-Gomera still in pit lane. Stooksbury repairing damage from going off that second time, and Javier-Gomera getting out of pit lane now for damage, I believe.
He was very off sequence when the caution came out. I think I saw him hustling around down the back leg of the track.
Gomera was a wave around, so he just came in to serve his normal pit stop. Just combing through the field real quick, yeah. So Gomez and Jump both use fast repairs. Breakey does not. Stooksbury does not. Tellier is coming back down pit lane. I believe he's going to try to repair that manually. And it looks like just about everyone else. Robert Kenny has a little bit on the left front. Nothing doing there. Everyone else looks pretty clean, so we're going to have mostly clean race cars for this restart.
I'll tell you what, I really don't like taking the quick repair now. I think that you really back yourself into a corner. We're going to have a restart with all these cars close together again. With how you may feel confident in your car, I don't know if I would be confident that everybody around me is going to keep it together. We've already saw a 2 or 3 car crash on that very opening lap that took a bunch of people out. I think that I like that move that Logan Breakey made. He just took his time. There's only 13 cars on less than 13 cars on track. You're already sitting in an okay spot. Just fix it manually, because now you have that there if you need it. Though granted, he's not been the fastest car all day anyways, like we have seen from Gomez and Jump, so maybe they really are relying on getting the maximum performance out of that car, but we've seen both of them make mistakes already.
Yeah, I think if you're Jump, you were kind of forced to, because I believe he took an early stop, and he was about a second off of the pace still, even with fresher tires. So his hand was sort of forced. Mm-hmm. He was complaining about a lot of left front damage, kind of contributed to his spin earlier in the race. Gomez, on the other hand, yeah, that car was still pretty fast. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, although he has the luxury of not having too many cars in front of him as opposed to the start of the race. So we're going to see what happens here as we come to the last 2 corners before the restart.
Looks like Stooksbury's not going to catch up in time. We'll have to double check on that. He is coming to the bus stop now, so they might... Yeah, they're going to get to the green flag before he gets up to him. But
He does cut the bus stop, though, so that he might be a little bit closer.
But the Pacers are going to take the hard left in the pit lane here, the first restart of the race. It's Stafford and Packard, 2 race winners out the front of the field. We are back at it, racing at Watkins Glen once again.
Stafford got an incredible start.
Absolutely, 34 laps to go.
Nice
Robert
and tidy
Kenny
so
with
far.
a really good run as well, slipping in front of Gomez there.
Yeah, what a dark horse that Robert Kenny is. He's doing fantastic. A little bit wide there through the S's and right in front of Gomez, but Gomez and Jump being separated by that 34. Gomez gets into the back of the 34 and turns Kenny. Big hit for Kenny. I think he's... I don't know what's honestly happened there. He's already back into the pit lane before that car ran out of momentum. He maybe went out of the racetrack.
Yeah, that's what I believe happened. Either he got stuck and immediately worked back, or...
That looked too fast, I think, on his end. He might have flipped out of the racetrack and over the wall.
Eric Stamp missed the bus stop there, so him trying to get through traffic has not gone well so far. But Gomez...
I wonder what that was all about. It wasn't... Obviously, I don't think it was intentional, but it didn't seem to me like Kenny had a terrible S's. He just looked a little bit slower, and Gomez got crossed up there. Very wide by the 88 car of Packard that's going to give it away. Yeah, he did keep it off the wall, but he's going to lose second place and give Stafford some breathing room. But Gomez up to second.
And Tom Bourne up to fourth, got in front of Trenton Jump. So this top 5 is going to be shuffling around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to feel for Robert Kenny being...
That wasn't his fault at all.
Not at all.
And I don't know. That's just very unfortunate because he had such a good run going there. And I'm taking a look at it right now on the replay. He was a little bit off sequence, and I think Christian just didn't know how big of a run he was going to get on him. Unfortunately got into the back of him, and with these cars, that's about it if you tag somebody.
It looks to me that Robert just missed the switchback to the right on the top of the hill, and it was just enough for him to scrub speed and have Gomez just run into the back of him. So, he just misses it by about 2 feet. He missed the apex, so Gomez is right there to try to stay tight on the line, but unfortunate incident for Robert.
It hasn't broken Gomez's momentum one bit, though. He is all over the diffuser of Bronson Stafford as they come down the front straightaway. He's going to have a look into turn 1.
See, he's going to outbrake who here. Stafford
covers him and locks up in the process.
Oh,
here comes the 34.
Uh-oh.
Oh, let's be careful, boys. Kenny comes right out. He's not going to do any favors.
Oh, and he
turns. Ooh, I don't think that was...
that was not intentional. That was not intentional. He tried giving space, and he kept it too tight.
Yeah, he just lost it on his own there. I saw 2 blue cars. Ooh, we might want to take another look at that, because Trenton Jump might have just had the avoidance of the year. I thought he got involved. I think he barely clipped the wall. But he somehow avoided the wall and the car there with just maybe minor contact.
Look at it right here real quick, actually. Here's Trenton Jump. Yeah, scraped the wall just a little bit with that, that right rear.
I'll take it, though, because he's looking at a DNF at that point. Gomez still all over the back of Stafford into the penultimate corner here. Didn't have a look that time. He's really putting on the pressure, though, and you can see Stafford really wiggling around. Jump is all over the back of Brockton Packard as well, so...
that is Tom Bourne.
Gomez tried to set up Bronson there on that penultimate corner, but Bronson got loose and Gomez had to back out of it. So it's going to be another lap sitting behind the 61.
These cars are driving absolutely horribly right now because it seems like everybody is just struggling to hold on. Ooh, you saw a big jump there from Brockton Packard over the curbs. He really was struggling there. Good job to hang on to it. So 2 battles right on your screen there between the lead and the last spot on the podium.
Stooksbury out of this race, 3rd retirement. Yeah,
going to lock everybody in for a top 10 now.
Cars might not be driving great, but entertainment's sure interesting.
No, they're putting on a great show. Wow, look at them. They're struggling so much. Bronson trying to be super defensive here. Gomez getting the bumper out again there, I think. Might have given just a little push to Stafford. He's got to be careful. He's punching in the nose on that Mustang.
Gomez has been very aggressive these last couple races. It costed him a lot at Phoenix. We'll see how he does here at Watkins Glen. Now he's battling Stafford. Gomez's costly mistake at Phoenix gave Stafford the win last week. And he does it again. Ow!
Oh, and they touched this time.
And Gomez almost got to the wall.
They both did a good job to hang on to that, but that's the second time in a row that's happened. Justin, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking I can see the brake discs glowing. These guys are getting really impatient, and now it's a 4-horse race.
If Gomez isn't careful, he keeps taking the air off the 61, and it's just he's got to get by him, or he's going to back this train up even more and cause even more issues. He's got to get the move done.
There are 4 cars fighting for the lead at the moment as they head into the bus stop, and the most aggressive of any of them is Christian Gomez's. Oh, Packard or Stafford putting on an incredible defense.
Backing it up. He's doing what he needs to do because he knows that Gomez is going to have to run him over, and Packard's going to try to run him over too. It's going to be 2 by 2.
Kidney stone on the racetrack. They're going to be 3 wide going into the penultimate corner. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Jump has joined the party.
Stafford and Packard clear Gomez.
This is like 61. Watching a karting battle, guys. Watching 5 cars go at it this closely.
Here we go. Gomez.
Wow, Gomez getting really aggressive. He's losing out of every battle right now because everybody's skunking him and now he gets tagged.
That was Tom Bourne.
What a save.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, 1 car in the back. 1 car around in the back almost. I think it's Stamp. He is going to hit the outside wall. Comes back across. I don't think anyone else is going to hit him, but of all the cars that went through that final corner, I can't believe it was Eric Stamp that was the one that ended up backwards.
Oh my
There are about 3 of them pointing at the wall coming out of the last corner.
Did anyone tell these drivers that we're not even halfway yet?
No.
I don't think they got the memo. So it's currently Stafford with a little bit of breathing room now off of Packard. Gomez wounded and battered, sitting in 3rd, but still looking quick.
I wonder if that was obviously it wasn't a coordinated effort because these guys they're on all different teams. But I wonder if one saw Gomez get aggressive, they'd be like, okay, that's the game we'll play.
Well, I think what it was is I think that Stafford, as we see the battle here for a second, still continuing. I think it was Stafford backing them up so much to the point that they were so slow that it allowed for Packard to try and get his fangs out, which he did, and
Packard
still is.
Lost it. Safe
hangs
there.
on. These guys are really on the limit. I don't think we can stress enough how difficult this car is to hold on to. We're going to need like 5 more fire suits in the pit lane when they come to change tires.
We still have a pit stop in this race.
Yeah. And it's not for damage.
No, it's not.
It's for tires and fuel.
We have a genuine pit stop section to go through, and I'm not sure we're going to make it that far.
I don't think this race has any business being this good right now. I'm not going to lie. I am thoroughly impressed.
Just to put this into perspective. Oh, actually, we got to look at the battle
move.
here. Let's look at the battle first.
By Gomez, he's going to go really. Whoa! Stafford dumps him.
Spun into the wall. They both
Gomez
missed the bus
minimizes
stop.
it. Gomez minimized damage, and around goes Packard. Trenton jump goes from 4th rather to 1st in 2 corners. I don't really know what happened there. They're all rolling.
Oh my goodness! What is going on?
I don't want to say anything because I only just saw it happen, but it looked to me like Bronson almost didn't know that Gomez was there and kind of just turned straight into him, guys. I don't know if he was trying to slot in behind.
I'm kind of seeing the same thing. I just don't think he knew he was there.
I feel like that's the only way it could have been because, I mean, it wasn't even close. I mean, they were completely, it wasn't like bumper to bumper. It was wheel to wheel. Yeah.
That's rough. And both of them out of the lead at the moment with damage now.
That was also really early for Bronson to turn in. I wonder if he was trying to pinch Gomez going into there and just completely misjudged it. Though I'll give him credit. I don't know if Gomez was going to make the bus stop either, to be fair. A lot just happened in the past couple of minutes.
And 2 people that have not yet won a race this season are now 1-2. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, but they did a good job of minimizing the damage on that deal. I think they'll be back. I'm curious, though, how much damage that Gomez has on that left front. That's why I was wondering why he took that quick repair, because now he's got to deal with it for the rest of the race. There's nothing else he can do about that. I also wonder, granted, I really hope he doesn't, because I think he learned his lesson at the start of tonight's race, but I wonder if there might be some fireworks here, because Gomez is already catching up to Stafford again, and after how long he's been backed up for, and then
what
accidentally dumped. Yeah, we might see the chrome horn come out for the second time tonight, but Gomez is going to be pitting.
Yeah, he's got damage. He has to come in. Oh, man.
He got very loose there. I almost wonder if that was intentional, because I think he was trying to pit, because he was slowing down quite a bit at the apex, but he lost that back end just on the exit of the corner. So the question is, can he make it from here? Justin, I don't know if you know that.
On one pit stop.
26
Can you
laps.
go to the end from here?
Yeah.
It might be tight. I don't have a fuel window from the colored teals, guys.
Was he?
I think it's gonna be tight.
He's gone straight through. Is he given a penalty? For the, I wonder if it would be for the contact with Kenny, because he's gone straight through the pit lane, guys.
Yeah, I'll do a little pit report and get back to you guys.
All right, thank you.
So
I wonder then if we'll see the same thing for Stafford, for his contact with
Gomez.
With Gomez. That'll tell the tale. I don't know. It looked like Gomez was intending the pit, but then he got a little loose. But that makes me think it was just a straight drive-through. Stafford coming through the final corner now does not box, so either not given a penalty for the contact with Gomez or isn't serving it this lap if he was.
Yep, guys, so I just got back. Gomez had incident points and got a mandated drive-through.
Oh,
gotcha.
Got it.
He is going to be absolutely livid, I think.
I want to be a fly on the wall in that team debrief, but at the same time, really don't.
We'd have to put that on a 5-second delay, I have a feeling.
Maybe a little bit. Get the buttons ready.
Yeah. Gosh, that's unfortunate. But that does bring into another thing. We've seen so many mistakes from drivers today. How many more people are going to be picking those up? Because as Justin mentioned, we're only just past halfway, right around it. So these guys have got to go a very, very long way. If Gomez has just picked up a drive, granted he was getting knocked around by about 3 or 4 cars over the last few laps, but he just picked up a drive-through past the halfway point. Some of these guys are going to be pushing it really closely to the edge at the moment. Speaking of the edge there, Trenton jumped, nearly lost it from the lead on the final corner. He got very, very sideways. He still has a 3-second gap over Tom Bourne. Bronson Stafford's been clawing down on Tom Bourne with his damage and incident there. But at the moment, it's Trenton Jump, who we thought would have a shot to lead the race and was the pole sitter. But then towards that early part of the first half, or the latter part of the first half, he faded away a little bit, was sitting pretty nicely in 4th. And then everything just kind of exploded around him, and it's handed him the lead. Maybe some good luck finally going Trenton Jump's way tonight.
Yeah, I talked about this with Clayton, but I would have said at the beginning of the night, I think the race is going to be between Christian Gomez and Christian Gomez, meaning he's going to be fighting himself to keep the car on the racetrack and have a clean race. And just, I have to wonder, too, was he pushing too hard too early? He got 27, 29 laps to go, harassing the rear end of the 61 car. Was it too early to go and make moves like that?
Well, that's a really good point, but you also got to consider how he's been driving all race. He's been on the back foot all race. You get into that mode of you're pushing really hard, you're fighting your way through the field. It's really hard to break that momentum and suddenly switch into let me save and ride for a little bit. I'm sure we all know that, but I think it was a little early. I think it's just really hard to break that mindset once you get stuck into it for half a race. So, but to his credit, I don't know what else he really could have done, because Bronson Stafford was just going to keep backing him up anyways, other than roll over and fall back to 5th and let everybody pass him. I'm not really sure what he was meant to do otherwise. And it looked like he was finally going to complete the pass there before the contact. So maybe that had something to do with the urgency too. Maybe he thought if I get to the lead, I won't have any more incident points. Obviously, that didn't quite work out to fruition, but there's a lot going on inside the helmet of the 48 right now, that's for sure, as he catches up to the back of Eric Stamp.
Oh, there's no doubt, too. I mean, watching that battle kind of reminded me of my karting races where...
Ooh, Stamp goes wide, sorry. We'll get back to that in a second. He keeps it off the wall, but Eric Stamp very wide, almost completely off the track there on the carousel.
Just a couple corners up there. Mike Tellier did the exact same thing.
Yeah, go ahead though, Justin, sorry.
No, yeah, so that reminded me a lot of the karting battles that I'm used to, where you start catching one guy, and if you can't clear him right away, you start getting backed up into the pack, and it quickly became a 5-kart train for the lead. So trying to attack and defend at the same time is quite the task. You got your hands full. At least I know in karting, where I'm looking back and forward, it's really hard to keep track of where everyone is, and then you maybe make a mistake like arguably Gomez did going into the bus stop. Maybe got in there a little too hot. Bronson wasn't expecting it. They made contact. It's just a tough racing deal, I suppose.
Yeah, and honestly, I think to put the magnifying glass on just Gomez and say that he was racing too hard, I think everybody was racing too hard in that scenario with half a race to go. Granted, I think some of the other drivers here, like Brockton Packard, I think was pushing really hard because he sensed that opportunity when they backed up to him. He's just trying to take advantage. But I mean, they were racing like it was the last 2 laps.
Oh,
and
yeah.
For some of them, it was the last 2 laps effectively. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. But it was pretty insane for halfway.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you smell blood, at least when I'm out racing and you smell blood, you see the 2 leaders going at it, you want to capitalize on that. Maybe you haven't had all the speed there, so you want to get out in front. So I totally sympathize with Brockton and Trenton, and I believe Tom Bourne also was in that 5-car
Yes.
breakaway. So, when the 2 leaders start scrambling and you smell blood, you go for it. So I totally get it.
Well, they definitely sent it. All 5 of them. There was a point there, I think all 5 of them were off the racetrack down through turn 1, so they were giving it everything. Tom Bourne's still putting in a lot of effort here to try and chase down Trenton Jump, but he does have a little bit of damage on that car. Trenton Jump fairly clean. Bronson Stafford, of course, with a lot of damage to that rear diffuser, so he's going to be losing even more downforce. He's also got the side damage from where he made the contact with Gomez. I'm thinking that Stafford's got to be up there on the incident limit now as well. Granted, he had a pretty clean first half of the race, but it's opened the door again. We saw Logan Breakey. We mentioned, do you take the quick repair or not? Logan Breakey did not. He came down pit lane and fixed it on his own. He finds himself sitting in 4th place with a quick repair to boot still. So he did it the same way he did it last time. He just kind of existed and put in some consistent laps, and he's sitting just outside of the podium at the moment and fighting with Brockton Packard and soon to be Javier-Gomera for that 4th spot. So,
well, it was always going to be a little bit of a gamble for both Christian and Trenton. It ended up paying off for Trenton because now he's the leader of the race, and judging by the lap times, about fastest one on the racetrack consistently right now. Whereas Christian didn't pay off for him because he obviously got into an incident with Bronson Stafford. So it could have gone either way. I think, like I said before the restart, Trenton was kind of forced. Christian maybe not so much, but he did want that extra pace to try to go at the 61 car. So I don't think necessarily a bad call. In the end, I probably would have done it if I were in Christian's position. But Logan seems to find a way through without using it.
The race leader Bronson Stafford Bronson Stafford in the pit lane with 20 laps to go. The indication is that they might be able to make it from here on fuel. Christian Gomez has been setting the fastest laps of the race. Despite his damage, he has been able to do so.
Keep an eye on Stafford here. I'll keep an eye and see if he uses that quick repair, which, yeah, he does. So he's used his quick repair now to fix the rear end of the gamer subs car, rather, excuse me. Pretty
Gomez.
standard 4-tire fuel stop for the 61.
Gomez still the fastest man on the track at the moment. Not as fast that lap around, but he was over a second clear of Trenton Jump the lap before. So Gomez absolutely pushing absolutely everything out of it, given the second drive-through he's had to serve this race alone. Not been the race to remember for the number 48 team. However, Trenton Jump pulling away little by little, 6 seconds over Tom Bourne. So far, with one pit stop left to go for most of the field.
Do you guys remember about 30 minutes ago when I told you that Christian Gomez was driving angry?
He's driving angry.
I think he's transcended anger at this point. He has found an awful lot of speed for having the left front torn off worse than it was under the previous caution. He's about to catch Stafford, Gomera, Gomera, Packard, and Breakey. I think a podium is still entirely on the cards for the 48. Granted, he still needs to make a pit stop here, but I think that there's still a very strong chance he could get a podium because, as it's been mentioned, there's still a heck of a lot of race to go here. While we are into the second half now, there's still about 20 laps to go, so a lot to happen still. Given he can hold on to that pace and not get in any more incidents, of course.
Yeah, I've been keeping an ear on the color teal comms, and he hasn't gone silent yet, which is usually a pretty big teller of where he is mentally. But he's still communicating with his guys. So maybe not quite transcendent anger, but he's not a happy camper in that 48 machine.
And
Tom
of course, we see Tom Bourne now pitting, but of course he can't really be happy in this scenario. I think he's
oh no, not at all.
This isn't the first time he's had something like this kind of happen to him, where he's been the fastest car and had, whether it was his fault or not, calamity occur.
As well.
So he does pit with Tom Bourne. Now this is going to be really interesting because Tom Bourne was in second place tentatively. So Gomez can see that as they run down the pit lane. He can visually see as they crest the hill. He's going to be pulling in right behind basically his target.
See what happens here between Breakey and Packard as they battle for provisional second place at the moment. As Bourne and Gomez sit, and Stafford's going to get ahead of both of them here. Stafford's at the best lap of the race, 1:12.9.
Which is nice to see, but I think he was already ahead, obviously, of Gomez. Was he ahead of Tom Bourne?
No, he was not.
Okay, well, nice. And you can see we're looking at the battle between Breakey and Packard, but it's probably double what's on your screen right now between Stafford and Bourne. So you put a decent, there it is now. You put a very nice gap there. So the undercut, very powerful. Which means that if I'm Trenton Jump, I might be sweating just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Expect to see the 46 in this lap. 46 should be coming in this lap. 48 took no damage repair during that pit stop, so he's going for it.
94 came in. The 48 is going out one more lap. So I'm assuming when he said that he was coming in, he was already past pit entry this time around.
Brockton Packard wide there. Holds on to it, but is going to lose a little bit of time. I thought he was going to go quite a bit deeper there, so forgive me for getting overexcited, but he's really offline though. I think he's got the tires dirty. So he may as well he probably will pit this time now, I would assume, since he's lost effectively the battle at the moment to Breakey.
I'm assuming that this is like near the limit of where their pit strategy is going to be anyway, because we went back to racing on lap 20. And we are on lap, let me double check here. 38, yeah.
About to be 39. So
yeah, this
is Jump in the final corner. He does bring it into pit lane this time now.
We'll keep an eye on Logan Breakey here. Second place, see if he does the same. Teammates 1-2. And it's not the teammates 1-2 that we thought we were going to be.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we expected more cars to be coming in around now to lap 40, so definitely a little bit early, I thought, for cars to come in.
I wonder if the track temperature has anything to do with that. Breakey stays out, and so does Packard.
It's interesting to note because we saw how powerful that undercut was. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that intentionally to try and get some extra laps on these cars up front. I think looking at how the defense that was put on by Bronson Stafford, it seems a lot easier to hold a position than to chase and pass somebody. So I wonder if they're trying to make some passes in the pit lane, or at least get into fighting distance in the pit lane.
Stafford will re-inherit the lead, maybe.
I don't think so. Trenton Jump's going to beat him.
It's going to be really close because Jump's on old tires.
But you can see how much that Breakey has, or not Breakey, excuse me, how much that
Stafford
has gained because of that early pit stop. So that's what I was talking about with, I think he's trying to get himself into fighting distance, because I don't know, even if you are a couple seconds a lap faster, when you're a couple seconds a lap faster and on fresher tires, you can really make big time gains on the cars in front, which is what Stafford's done.
See if the 2988 pit this time, this is at the front of the field provisionally. They're not going to be in the front of the field for very long, I don't believe. See how close they can get to lap 40 from here.
Wonder if Breakey stays out to lead a lap here, or he did already, so
and
now he does.
Yeah, he's banking on beating Trent to the line.
We'll see here. Trent is coming through the final corner now, so obviously not going to beat him out of the pit lane, but I think he may just beat him to the line. Yes, he has. So he's got the 88 right on his diffuser too, so there went Jump.
Yeah, and Stafford's not too far behind.
Who's that in third? Is that Bourne?
It will be, yeah.
So he's hanging in there nicely. Of course, remember, he was up at the front early and got involved in an incident at the start of the race. He's made a nice recovery. Still hanging into the podium at the moment. Goma is not far off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 10 seconds off of Tom Bourne at the line. He's coming through turn 1 right now. I don't think he's got traffic in front of him. So yeah, it's straight shot to Tom Bourne. Packard just now comes out of the pit lane and beat Logan Breakey out by a considerable margin. So I wonder if Breakey repaired more damage.
It's possible. Yeah, very possible.
Breakey rolled into his box a little too long. He didn't come to his complete stop.
Gotcha. Well, this is going to open up the door for Javier-Gomera. I don't know if I believe he's boxed already.
Yes, everyone has pit.
So he's on the back bumper now of Brockton Packard, who has just disappeared and is back now. So I think Javier-Gomera makes a very nice profit on the lap times here. Now the question is, will he be able to hang on to his tires at the end of the race? Because that's usually the trade-off when you try to undercut. We'll see, but interesting cycle of pit stops here.
Very clean cycle pit stops too.
Yeah. Especially because we saw so many issues on the first round of stops under the caution. Yeah, it's a very good point. However, for a few of them, we probably we'll see in a minute if there is anything outstanding. But looking quickly at the entries list, doesn't look like anybody's seeing a penalty except for Robert Kenny with the meatball for his troubles there that he had.
I'm showing clear on my end too. But interesting thing to note here is that as Christian came in for green flag pit stops, he was 22 seconds behind Trenton Jump. Now he's 17.5. Might be a little too much to bite into, and maybe I shouldn't have said anything because he goes almost spiraling through the bus stop as I'm talking about him.
He did a nice job to hang on to the 48 car, but I don't know if he's going to quite get to Trenton Jump, but I think he might have a really good shot at Tom Bourne, maybe Bronson Stafford. The devil on my shoulder is really hoping he gets back to Bronson Stafford, because I have a feeling that's going to be a really fun battle to watch as Gomera goes pretty wide there. But yeah, I think he is definitely on fire, and part of that was through the pit cycle, of course, with the undercut. But he has been making a lot of time. He probably will lose some here, though.
And Packard's in the wall.
Oh!
The 88's in the wall hard.
He stays out, though.
Yeah, he was almost past the pit entry anyway. We'll have to go and take a look at it, but he hit the wall hard.
Yeah, just had a quick look at it. He was coming out of the penultimate corner, clipped the curbing, and lost it, and brushed it up against the tire wall. So he did hit the tire wall. He's around now. Yeah, so compounding issues there for the 88. Probably hurt the suspension on the initial contact.
Yeah, that you can see the pancaking on that driver's side, where that entire car is just flat with that impact.
That's super unfortunate, because he was doing really well, especially in that second stint. He's going to fall all the way down to, I think, 7th or 8th now. So
he is currently 8th. Mike Tellier is another 8 seconds behind him. But that
he's pretty much going to be the last car running, more or less.
That makes the 94 of Gilberto Javier-Gomera the leading running Chevrolet Camaro. Only 4 in this field took the green flag. 2 of them still running. And Javier-Gomera just kind of being a trooper, kind of hanging on there with Logan Breakey closing in 3.1 and counting.
One of the only cars that doesn't have damage on it, too. He's done very nicely.
Yeah, he has been. I've been raving about Javier-Gomera. He's been doing a fantastic job the last 3 races trying to keep his nose clean. He's had very mistimed incidents, but he's been doing a fantastic job of being more of a persistent presence, which I think is an interesting sort of development as we're watching that 94 go to turn 1 there. See what he can do here, see if he can salvage a top 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about earlier in the broadcast about how he was a little slow in practice. Towards the end of practice, found speed, put down an all right qualifying time, and now here he is, sitting in 5th place, being in the right place currently at the right time. And he's done what a lot of his faster competitors have not been able to do today, which is, for the most part, keep it pointed in the right direction. So if he can hang on for another 11 laps, he'll be sitting very nicely with the top half at least finish. So.
Yeah, and Clayton and I talked about this last week at Phoenix. He needs a good result. He's had the speed. He's shown front runner speed. He just hasn't been able to put together a good race. He makes a silly mistake or gets a pit road speeding violation, and that's the end of his race. So to have him in the top 5, hopefully with around 11 to go, 10 to go at the line next time, he could finally get the little chip off the shoulder and get some momentum going.
I think that would be great for him. The other thing to keep in mind is Logan Breakey in the mirror you mentioned. We saw Logan have his own little mistake in a battle earlier, so they need to be very careful if they do catch each other, that they don't wipe each other out. We saw Breakey have that fantastic battle with, I think it was Packard, but then lost the rear end and nearly took out Packard, but ended up taking himself out before the caution flag. So they're going to have to be really tidy here and not step over each other's toes. You can also see closing in the background is Eric Stamp as well. So we know that Stamp's a little faster than both of them. He just had a very big moment several laps ago. So he's going to be angry, probably driving a little bit and trying to get all the speed he can get. He was a second a lap faster than both Javier-Gomera and Breakey. Yeah. So it's not over yet.
The interesting thing to note here with Stamp, Breakey, and Gomera, which is 5th, 6th, and 7th that we're looking at right now, Eric Stamp was also the first one to pit. Stamp pit on 35, Javier-Gomera pit on 37, and Breakey pit on 39. So Stamp's on the oldest tires, and the question I think that kind of remains is that, is he going to make it to the end of the race? Because that's 19 laps on a single set of tires and a tank of fuel, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it all of those 19 laps. I think he might have pit a lap too soon to hold it in there, but if he can make it, especially at the paces he's holding, it's going to be interesting.
The thing that he has in his back pocket that helps him there is that it is fairly easy to save fuel on Watkins Glen. You can lift and coast a lot. You have that 5th gear now to help you even more so. Worst comes to worst, you can clutch coast into some of these corners. The road courses, it's nice to save fuel. So I think as long as he hasn't completely blown it, which if you're only 1 lap off, I think you can easily save that, even without trying, if you're being a lot more conservative, which granted I don't think he has been, but I think it's definitely a possibility that he can just subconsciously save fuel. I think if it was a situation where he was 3 or 4 laps short, now we're in the danger zone, but I think with the speed he has, he'll probably catch Breakey, try to go for Javier-Gomera, and if he has fuel as a problem, he can probably save in between the 29 and 94. So
I think the 61's fuel saving, guys. The Trenton jump has been putting about a second a lap now on the 61 car. So I think Stafford's in danger of not making it to the end. I just checked in with Eric Stamp. He said he's about 1 lap to the good on fuel. So I believe Bronson pit a lap before that. So he's probably needing a fuel save.
Yeah, I think so. I think that means that the situation we thought was for Eric Stamp is more for Bronson Stafford then. I saw as he went into the bus stop.
Bronson Stafford did put on 34. That's actually a good point. He put a lap earlier. That could be a big deal.
I found it interesting because as soon as you said, I think the 61 is fuel saving, I clicked to see where he was, and I saw the brake rotors on the front of the car bright red. So, which says to me that either he is not fuel saving now, if he needs to be, or he is really relying on the clutch to come into some of these corners. I'll have to listen and see if the engine goes dead.
Well, he just dropped 1.2 to Trenton on that previous lap. So if he's not fuel saving, he's really struggling for pace right now.
Yeah, and having pit a lot earlier than Trenton here, I think it was a couple laps actually earlier than Trenton. Yeah, it could be that he might have burnt through all of his tires trying to chase him down as well. Because Trenton looks very in control right now. He's got this massive lead that's continuing to grow. He looks totally comfortable in the lead, which with a 10-second gap and less than 10 to go, I think he would. But although, also, if you're Trenton Jump this season, you've been in this position before, so and it hasn't quite come true for you. So he's probably hearing every little rattle in his wheel and issues that could be happening. Is the power going to surge? So
yeah, this has probably been.
Let me kind of dig my trends real quick here, because we saw this last season. It took a while for Trenton to get into the winner's column, and then he won back-to-back races. Trenton's very momentum-based. When he starts winning, he keeps winning. So
he's also a little fired up too from that drama and the pit penalty he served.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be really motivated if he can get to victory lane tonight, given everything.
It's gonna make the Coliseum race next week, the All-Star race, interesting, and then we go to Charlotte after that. So that's gonna be a really interesting sort of affair as we get ready for what is going to end up being 6 to go at the line here. The laps have ticked down rapidly. We're almost to lap 50 here.
Well, it was probably the best case scenario for Trenton Jump. His biggest rival this whole season so far has been, well, Therrien and also his teammate Christian Gomez. He just hasn't been able to get around either of them. And a little bit of inter-team bickering also the last couple races just hasn't swung his way. So finally, Shane misses a race. Bronson and Christian get into it a little bit on the restart. Kind of something he needed.
Keep an eye on this battle for second. With Stafford saving fuel, Bourne and Gomez are both closing in on him.
Gomez closing in on Bourne as well. So I think they're all three going to accordion together here.
It's about to be a cataclysm of potentially unfortunate events at the end of this race.
I have the sneaking suspicion. No, exactly. I have the sneaking suspicion that the 61 might not be having to worry about fuel saving if the 48 gets to the bumper.
See if we can get an onboard of that 48. See if he's holding the receipt in his hand.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure he's giving a gesture to the camera at the moment, so probably shouldn't show the onboard. But we heard that he was still talking to his teammates. I wonder if he's quiet now or not. That's what I want to know.
No, but he's still chatting. He's still talking to his guys.
Well, he's got his sanity, if nothing else, after tonight, which is, I probably would have lost mine after all that he just went through. So.
I've been in. Trying a big moment at the last corner. He saved it. I've been in lobbies where Christian has gone totally silent for an entire race, and you just know he's coming for you when that happens.
He's pushing to get up to Tom Bourne, though. We're watching.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he said he wants that podium, so he's digging for it.
I mean this in the nicest way, but the scariest thing about Christian Gomez being quiet in a race is the fact that he's being quiet. So, he tends to be one of the more talkative people, at least in my experiences with him. So yeah, if he ever goes quiet, it's borderline terrifying. So, he's making very good inroads on Tom Bourne at the moment.
Stafford, I think, might be done saving here. The gap is stabilized. It's 3.5 between Stafford and Bourne, and Gomez is now within a second.
Well, I think if he was only one lap short or right on the edge, I think he's going to be okay. What I'm interested in is we heard Justin mention Trenton Jump had a very big moment in the final corner. That makes me a little concerned that he's losing the handling there. He's got 13 seconds in his pocket, so
we're gonna hold on here a little bit because Stafford is still saving because he just shaved off like 0.7 of a second here between the bus stop and this corner here. The penultimate corner. He shaved off from 3.5 to 2.8. So there's still some fuel saving going on that 61 car. They're not done.
Well, you also got to consider maybe the tires are starting to go away on the 61, especially if Trent's having issues now with his handling. You got to imagine Bronson is really hanging on there, right? With only a couple to go. We're going to be seeing that this is towards the end of the run. We're going to see guys start fading. So that's also something to keep in mind with Tom Bourne and Gomez. Will they get there?
This is going to be interesting. More to go. Here at Watkins Glen, it's Watkins Glen 132. For those that are just tuning in, you're missing an incredible race. Trenton jumped well and ahead of the field. Wasn't always that way, but we've got an interesting battle for second, third, and fourth heating up on our hands.
I think Gomez will get to Bourne. I think Gomez gets to Bourne, but I'm not sure if Bourne gets to Stafford.
We're going to see. It's 2.2.
Gomez gained a lot through the carousel that time.
Mm-hmm. Gomez pit on 36, Bourne pit on 36, Stafford pit on 34. So that's where everyone's at right now. We're on lap 51. Bourne almost into the wall, keeps it off.
He's probably going to lose the position for that, though.
Here.
Well, he's going to try to fight it out, so we'll see what happens here. He's got to be careful not to outbrake himself. Gomez is going to clear.
There you go. Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, he went wide. He went wide.
Popped the curbing.
Now, this is exactly what you want to see if you're Bronson Stafford, because now they're going to have to fight their way up the S's. You lose a lot of time doing that. Yeah, Bourne got it back, so Gomez, a little mistake there on exit, went a little too deep.
Oh, no.
Bourne just clipped the curb. Yeah, Bourne just clipped the curb and got a little sideways there, and that's going to give Gomez a really good run down the backstretch. They just can't get away from each other. Oh, Bourne's going to... Wow! I can't believe he held on to that, honestly. I thought it was gone, but he's probably going to lose the spot now. They touch again. Oh, Gomez!
We've been here before.
Has he been... Did Gomez just get disqualified?
I don't believe so.
I think that might have been what happened. Gomez not on the track now.
Yeah, guys, that's a DQ for Gomez. That's the incident limit for him.
Oh, my goodness.
That is unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. A podium out of reach.
Tom Bourne in the pit lane, too, so I think he's just hit his incident limit for the pits. What does this mean, then, for...
Breakey a chance at the podium.
Yeah, Breakey's coming through the carousel now. It depends if it's a stop-go or a pass-through. Breakey is absolutely defending against Eric Stamp in the meantime because Stamp got around Javier-Gomera. If they wipe out, Javier-Gomera might be getting a podium tonight. What is going on?
Tom Bourne, he has got a...
It's a pass-through. 17X is a pass-through. Only a pass-through. So Tom should stay out here in third.
Yeah, he's coming out of the pit exit now, so I don't think it's going to be quite so close. But he may have picked up some damage in that contact with Gomez, so... It's much closer now. I think Bourne coming up the S's as they exit turn 1.
Stamp almost lost it.
Guys are losing their minds in the final couple laps here.
2 to go.
That worked out the best case scenario for Bronson Stafford. He honestly could pit now if he wanted to as Jump comes to take the white flag. That's how far on the other end of the racetrack he is. He's just now coming across start finish.
Yeah, 1 lap to go, presented by Field Up here. Shake and Bake Next Gen Series at Watkins Glen as Trenton Jump with a 15.4 second lead over Bronson Stafford. And then it's 40 seconds between Jump and Tom Bourne as he goes up the hill, do the S's for the final time.
Guys, Gomez is going to drop all the way down to 9th place. That is going to be massively disappointing for him.
Well, it could have been a really good chance to really put some points between him and Shane Therrien.
It might actually still kind of work out for him since the little cars started this race, but...
Yeah, the gap was, I think, 14 points, I believe, entering this race.
Ooh, Tom Bourne had a moment at turn 1, guys. He almost lost it.
Which is very interesting to note because this Breakey and Stamp battle is going to go to the checkered flag. They are absolutely on top of each other right now, but...
We'll pivot to it in just a second. Out of the final corner, Trenton Jump went winless for most of the season. He tags the wall. They're across the line. Trenton Jump wins at Watkins Glen. But the question now, Who's finishing third, fourth, and fifth? Bourne is definitely struggling with those tires. Just trying to hang on for one more lap. He's got 5 seconds in tow. He can kind of limp around a little bit. But fourth, fifth, and sixth, all under a blanket.
Additional thing, he's got to be a little bit careful there. If Trenton Jump picked up a couple X's when he smacked the wall, that might have hit his incident limit. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I would really hate if that's the case, but we'll see there. I think Breakey's going to hang on, guys.
Here we go. One more corner. Any desperation moves. Stamp's going to look. Not close enough. Out of the final corner. Stamp almost lost it. Breakey's going to hold on for fourth. Tom Bourne third. Stafford second.
Wow. Not how I thought that race was going to go at all.
Stamp calls on comms. He didn't have the extra 4X to throw it in on Breakey, so he was at his incident limit too.
What a topsy-turvy race at Watkins Glen. Trenton Jump finally finds victory. Wiggling that car around. He knows he's got it. So, very well done from the number 46. From the back of the field with a pass-through as well. So,
yeah.
Oh, he's dumped it there. Final corner. Obviously, this is the cool-down lap, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, there's Stamp. He's nosed it in again. That's pretty much how the race has gone for half the field, so I think that's fair.
But Eric Stamp, not Eric Stamp, Trenton Jump, Eric Stamp's there. He's watching Trenton Jump do burnouts. Trenton Jump, first win of the season. As Eric Stamp interferes with Trenton Jump's victory celebrations. First win of the season. Monkey's off his back. He has locked himself into the playoffs officially. Not having to rely on making his way in on points. Now it's all about bonus points for that round of 12.
And hey, let's talk about Javier-Gomera. With everything going on around him there, he ends up with a P6 for his troubles. Very nice run from him.
Absolutely. The Trenton Jump burning it down. Knowing that the All-Star race is next week and then it's off to Charlotte the week after.
No fuel concerns for the 46 car.
Right? He put on 38, so he's got a few laps to burn.
Yeah.
And
but he burned something up.
Oh boy, guys. There's so much to go over from that race.
Absolutely.
Just the opening lap chaos kind of threw a wrench in for half the field. The restart battle, the battle between Christian Gomez, Bronson, Stafford opened up the lead to Trenton Jump, and that final battle between Tom Bourne and Christian Gomez ends up getting Christian Gomez DQ'd. What a wild race! I don't remember the last time I've seen anyone hit the incident limit in a league race or otherwise.
The first time since we started broadcasting that it's happened, that's for sure. And it has been what a wild race. We have podium interviews coming up here in just a moment. Seeing if we can wait for Trenton Jump to hop in there before we start doing these interviews. Wow. What a race. 54 laps here at Watkins Glen now in the books.
Well, yeah. Well, while we wait for Trenton, let's just recap then. I said earlier in the race that it might be a race between Christian Gomez, and I think we kind of found out the result of that.
It's a Trenton Jump victory.
Yeah, it's a Trenton Jump victory for sure. But man, that early battle at Bronson Stafford, got involved with an incident by himself on lap 5, getting involved with Tom Bourne. Was it those earlier battles? Was it worth it in the end? I mean, it's easy to say because he got DQ'd, but does he need to start racing smarter, or does he need to keep going?
I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Trenton Jump at the top of the broadcast. How in your own head are you? We thought that whoever would have the cooler head would prevail here. Of course, Gomez seemed pretty relaxed, all things considered, very relaxed given the circumstances in the team comms. But it's kind of down to, can you just put it behind you and move on? Because I think that's the best way to get to the success here. If we want to take a look at the replay, I'm not sure if we're interested in doing that, but everything popped off for Trenton Jump on lap 26, who we remember Trenton made a very good avoidance in the S's to miss Kenny He had to do quite a bit of avoiding in the bus stop as well. So I think all those days of Carb Cup really paying off for Trenton Jump tonight.
Well, we'll take a recap of it here after we do the podium interviews here. We got all 3 guys waiting here in the waiting room. So we're going to start with Tom Bourne here. So we're going to see if we can pull him in here. Tom Bourne, you got a copy?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Tom? P3. You were a consistent threat throughout the race. Wasn't the easiest race in the world. How you feeling? Happy to be on the podium?
Yeah, especially, after talking to you guys 2 weeks ago and saying that this is not a track I was looking forward to. You know what? Car was good all day. I can't really be upset with it. Just bad mistakes on my part, but we rallied together. Team did great, and teammates really kept my head in the game, and we just somehow finished P3. I feel bad for Gomez. Didn't know he was going to get DQ'd if he got into me, and guys slid up into me, and that gave me the pass through. But overall, it was good.
Yeah, could you actually walk me through that battle with Christian Gomez? Just kind of just through your eyes, what was going on?
I knew he was going to get to me eventually. I know he pit a couple laps after me, and he ended up, running me down. But it started getting slower and slower. My tires were getting worse and worse, and then he tried to, get me a few times when I made the mistake. I held tough, and he had the preferred line going into the carousel. I ended up giving it to him, and I guess his tires just made him slide up and gave me a 4X, gave him a 4X, and unfortunately that sent him over the 25X threshold, and we moved from there.
Yeah, we're looking at it on the replay here. That was an interesting battle between you and Gomez as both of you were closing in on Stafford, who was trying to save fuel. Just a wild end of that race. Just you looked really fast in the race, in practice leading up to it. So, I guess the big question would be, with the pace that you were... We said 2 weeks ago, after we got this new 670 package, that this was a race that you were loathing coming to. Where did that confidence come from? Was it just one of those things where, you just got in the car and it just felt right? Or was it something that... How much practice did you put in leading up to this race?
Before the race, I probably put an hour of practice into it, and then an hour of practice before, in the session. Honestly, I kind of just went and I couldn't get the weather down in the test session or anything like that. Breakey said it was going to be random weather, so I was kind of just throwing it as hot as I can and trying to see how that was going to go. But it felt good. I like these cars. I like what they're doing. I feel like it's more of a driving skill rather than, everybody's just there. But, racing these guys up front, me and Gomez, me and him always have great battles, whether it's coming for the win or 10th. And Jump Bronson, they're always good to race around. And Shane when he's here. But, he had some things to take care of tonight.
Well, we'll let you go and enjoy your podium here. Before we let you go, the spotlight's yours. You finished third and you're on the podium. If you got anyone you want to shout out here, now's the time to do it. But otherwise, congrats on another podium here this season.
Yeah, I just want to thank Sky Motorsports putting great cars together week in and week out. FRN, you guys for putting on a great broadcast like always. G Fuel, Player One Coffee, any other of our sponsors that I'm missing. Teammates helping me out constantly. My girlfriend Kira, she's always watching. So she didn't fall asleep on this one. But yeah, hopefully, I don't think I'll be there next week for the All-Star race, but hopefully we can continue this streak going in the points races, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Well, congratulations, Tom, on your podium. P3 again for Tom Bourne's second podium of the season. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
That was Tom Bourne, our third place finisher. Now we get to talk to the race finisher last week and another podium for Bronson Stafford, the 61 car. Bronson, you got a copy?
I got you. What's up, guys?
Uh, incident counts. You had one eventful race, man. P2
Yeah, a
out of
little bit.
nowhere. Walk us through some of these incidents, especially between you and Gomez. Like, that was a battle.
Honestly, I'm not sure what happened. I broke up my normal point, and I just kept waiting to be able to turn, like him clear me or for anything to happen, and I was never able to turn. I was like, okay, I guess I'm going straight, and I'm not sure if my car went right, his went left, or just net code or something. But it was weird. I never got a chance to turn, so I was going straight, got damage from it. Car felt awful, and so I pit on 34 to take the fast repair and go to the end on fuel, and just I don't know, tires were too burnt out to run jump down. He pit 5, 6 laps after me, so he had the advantage the entire last bit of the race. But it was good before the comp yellow. We had like what a 12-second lead. We were rocking.
Right? Like, so I guess the big question for us up here, because we saw you losing a decent amount of time. Were you fuel saving at all during that run, or was it just tires going away?
Tires were just dead. Yeah, I pit as soon as you can make it on fuel kind of thing, like with a lap to spare type deal, and I just never like the tire advantage. They fell off about 2 seconds or so, but just having 5, 6 laps by the time he came off of pit road, I was already down a second and a half on my lap times. So he was able to open it up, and then I think I just did a bad job post the comp yellow as well. I never felt honestly with about 10 laps to go, I went over chat and I was so bored. Like I hate running stock cars on road courses. They are the most boring thing to me, and I think that's what happened tonight. I lost focus just because I got bored and started making more mistakes.
So, like, that battle with Gomez, obviously, that went on for several laps. How close were you to the penalty limit? Yeah.
I was 4x away. I was at 13 of 17, so not too bad, because besides that, I had the incident with Stamp, but even that wasn't too bad, kind of thing. So um, it was really just trying to keep clean the entire time. From there, I didn't get like any other off tracks besides that, so it was all just like I had the one off track with Stamp. All the rest were literally just car contacts type deal. So it wasn't too bad. The track was easy to drive. At least the setup was pretty solid, even on cold tires, worn tires. It just had had a couple of run-ins. I botched turn 10 the one time with Stamp and caused the 4x in the off track. I locked the left front and I didn't want to run into his rear end and spin him out. So I just went, kind of on a dive to kind of avoid him and push him wide, but slowed down, gave him the spot. I wasn't going to take that like that. So did what we had to there, but yeah, not too bad. It was just a 4x away, so not racing with anyone. That wasn't too worried about that.
So, 2 podiums, 2 races, a race win last week at Phoenix. Now you've got a second place here at Watkins Glen. You're heating up at the right time. Obviously, the also race at the Coliseum next week. That aside, we have the next 4 races lined up now. You have Charlotte, you have Auto Club, Kentucky, and Daytona. You won Daytona at the beginning of the season. Is this your sweet spot of the season right now? Are we gonna see more of this?
I hope so. I probably won't be there next week. I don't think I'm going to spend the $15 just to run one race at the Coliseum. I have no interest in running that track, and I'll never do it outside of something like a special event. So I don't know. It's not really intriguing to me. So I don't think I'll be there next week. But Charlotte's a good track. I'm excited to see how these drive here now, with all the changes they did to them, with the 670 and whatnot. Daytona obviously is going to be fun. We're on a completely different package now for Daytona this time, so that's going to be really fun, I think, when we get there. Actually, I just did a Daytona 500 last night in Elite with Dale Earnhardt Jr., so that was a lot of fun. We came off with a team 1-2-4 there. So I think we're looking pretty good to close out the season. Hopefully, get everything done, get everything good to go, and we'll go into the playoffs nice and strong and be good. Good to go.
Alrighty, well, second place finish. We'll let you enjoy another podium here this season. If you got anyone you want to shout out, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, the Sky Motorsports team. We had some really good pace tonight. I know Kenny had his issues, and Chapman I think had his 2 issues, but Tom and I had good pace. Tom was quicker than me tonight. He just had some more damage. just from instance trying to get through the pack a little bit. I think he had a mistake on lap 1 and had to fast repair right off the bat, so he was always going to have a bit hard over time. But Shane wasn't here, unfortunately. He races controller. I think we burned him out yesterday doing a full Daytona 500 kind of thing. So I don't know. I think he was tired and everything else going on, so that's fine. Whatever. He's got enough wins on the season. He can stay away.
Wait, we're great. Shane races on a controller.
Yeah, he has forever.
Huh.
Shane's been a controller guy for 8 years. Because originally, when he started iRacing, he was in the Navy. So he moved around. He was in Spain and couldn't exactly bring a wheel with him. So on deployments and stuff. So he just got really good on a controller and stuck with it. Shane's on a controller. It's always a cool little thing. People kind of are confused when they find that out because he's so good. Shane's so good. It's scary.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah. Shane's a controller guy. He's really good on it. It's scary, honestly. But yeah. So he wasn't here tonight, unfortunately.
Well, good to know that. I didn't know that. I'll have to keep note of that. But congratulations on your second place finish. 2 podiums in a row. You're getting on a hot streak. I'm someone to look out for when we come to Charlotte and Fontana over the next 3 weeks. But we'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening. If you got anyone else you want to shout out, feel free to do so. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, just you guys in the league and everything that makes it happen. Setup was good tonight. I think Brockton had a hand in it tonight and stuff like that. So, because I think the original Watkins Glen setup was a little rough to get going on. So I think he did some changes, and it felt really good. It was good tonight. It was a solid little setup and everything. So, hopefully we don't need to really do that too much more. But if we do, we at least have people that can do it and whatnot. So, yeah, pretty much. I think that's it. I don't know. I'm kind of jumbled right now, but yeah. Thanks, guys.
Not a problem. That was Bronson Stafford, our second place finisher here tonight. Now we have to talk to the man of the hour, Trenton Jump. Trenton, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
You finally got to the win column, my man. Finally got into it. You got 3 last season. Took you a little bit to get into it this season, but as I mentioned in the broadcast, once you start winning, you keep winning. How'd it feel being able to get that monkey off your back?
Yeah, the championship hangover's over, finally. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't easy from the standpoint of the amount of crap I had to avoid tonight. It was a cluster fudge for sure, but definitely grateful to be back. Glad we avoided everything. I know we didn't avoid it on the first lap, but I think after that, I was like, okay, need to wake up. It's kind of hunkered in. I knew I had the pace. I just had to quit getting involved in crap because it seemed like when there was the 5 of us there towards the end, just running nose to tail, it was catch him and then something happened, you lose him, and then catch him and something happened, to lose him, and then I finally caught him again, and then Bronson and Christian wrecked, and then Brockton was like just decided to spin out, so I was like, well, I'll just take this and go win.
Yeah, I mean, you had that opening lap incident going out of the bus stop, and then probably needed a change of pants after watching Robert Kenny spin across the racetrack. Did you think the race was over at that point when you had to go take evasive on Robert? Did you really think you could hunt him down? And obviously it worked out in the end because Christian and Bronson both ended up taking each other off. But did you think as you drove around the 34 car that you really had a shot?
Yeah, I knew as long as I didn't hit him and I didn't hit the wall, so I was like, we got away with it. Just took a deep breath, gathered my thoughts, and went on about it. And I knew I had a little bit better pace than Christian this race because I know on the first run I had suspension damage and I was catching him in the end. So he's usually the road course guy, but I definitely had a little bit better pace than him this week. So he was really the only one that I needed to keep my eyes on the beat. And I just figured after that, just go see how it played out, and then it played out the way it did, and I was like, well, as long as it stays green, I think we got it locked up, and ended up taking it home, so.
Right, so, with obviously, you've gotten Watkins Glen out of the way, the 670 package, you've been consistent no matter what the package has been, with whether it's 550 or 670, with the next 4 points races being decided now, with it Charlotte, Fontana, Kentucky, and Daytona. Is this where the momentum kind of changes in your favor? Because Bronson seems to be very momentum-based in that 61. Are you starting to pick up that momentum too? Are you starting to feel that confidence coming back too? Are you starting to get into that rhythm that you need to be in, especially this late in the season where those bonus points for the round of 12 are going to matter?
Yeah, I think now that we're locked in, I think we can try to take some risks that we couldn't take before. I mean, obviously we're, 7 races in now, something like that, and it was just frustrating that something hadn't gone my way, but, I mean, mostly it was down to personal mistakes. I think I probably could have won Nashville, but I sped on pit road, and, Vegas, what happened? And, yeah, just a bunch of little mistakes I just got to try to capitalize on. This was the exclusive league that I was racing in, so I've tried to pick up a couple leagues again to start racing in, just to eliminate mistakes. Because once I stop racing for a while, you get rusty, and I think that's everybody. But I picked up a couple leagues now, just try to get back in the swing of things. And now that we got a win, I think besides Daytona, I think I got a pretty good shake at winning any of them races coming up. But got a couple weeks, and I got a vacation in Florida to go to next week, so be a nice little break after this.
Yeah, there's 4 races left. This was the 9th race of the season, so we got 4 more points races before the playoffs begin. But yeah, I kind of was comparing the notes here because you didn't win until about race 7 before. It was at Kansas last season.
Mm-hmm.
Took you a couple more races this season to start winning, but we know how it went last season, where you started winning in bunches, especially once the playoffs began because you took over Dover and Las Vegas. With Vegas in the round of 12, the first race in the playoffs, gonna be interesting to keep an eye on you there. Like that, being able to win. You mentioned being able to take more risks. Do you feel like that's part of what Christian was doing tonight? And I know we'll talk to him in just a minute here.
Yeah,
but he was racing. He was racing full out from the get go. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and I know how he drives. I don't want to make a comment on it. It's not nothing bad, but I don't want to comment on it. I don't want that coming out of my mouth. But I know the reason it was. But I mean, besides that, yeah, no, I'm as long as nothing changes at Vegas, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to go and most likely win that race. Obviously we ran our race, and then the day, or it was the Sunday after we ran, I actually found another league that was running these cars, just a little bit more fuel, but it was at Vegas. It was just a half distance race, so I wouldn't sign up for that. I was pretty competitive in that, so as long as nothing changes going forward, I think I got a pretty fair shot there. I'm excited for Charlotte. I think Charlotte's gonna kind of be the same, but with 3 and 4 driving different than 1 and 2 does, obviously it's probably you're gonna have to lift a little bit more. So these cars don't take as much talent to drive, but tracks where you have to lift off and modulate the throttle and take care of tires, that's where I success and that's where I exceed. It's what I found with the Gen 6 cars, and that's what I find with these cars. But these cars, you really have to get long green flag runs before I feel like I'm one of the faster guys. Short runs is just anybody's game. But
one more question before we let you go for the evening. Charlotte's 250 laps. It's the long race of the season. The longevity of Charlotte, because that's the next race we're going to be at, because we're not going to see it at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you feel like you've got the ability to kind of hang in there for those 250 laps? Like, we know it's going to be an attrition race probably.
Yeah.
How are you feeling getting ready to go into what's going to be a really long race? It's going to be well over almost 400 miles. How are you feeling knowing that that's going to be your next race, knowing that you're coming off vacation immediately, jumping into the longer race of the season?
Usually in years past, I've been decent. I mean, obviously now that I got to win, I can go run a little bit harder than I usually would. I'm not really too worried about the endurance thing. I don't really get bothered. I mean, it takes probably 6 hours driving to finally be like, okay, I need a break. But no, I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty confident going into it. I mean, obviously we'll just have to see how the setup drives. I mean, a lot can change in 2 weeks, especially with the way iRacing's updating setups. So, I mean, we'll really just have to see a couple days before the race. I'm sure there'll be a patch or something coming out by then. So, I mean, stuff's changing every day. So, being able to adapt to that feels pretty good.
Well, Trenton, that's a race win for you. First win of the season. Before we let you go, if you've got anyone you want to thank, sponsors or supporters or otherwise, you're the man of the hour. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I just want to thank Justin for painting the car. He does such a good job on my cars, and I know they look even better at Victory Lane at the end of the day. And just want to thank you guys for broadcasting this. It's always fun to go back and watch, and it'll be fun to go back and watch this one because it wasn't a big attendance, but we sure made a show of it. So.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining. Congratulations, Trenton, on your first win of the season. You're officially in the playoffs. So you don't have to worry about pointing your way in. Now you just get to worry about bonus points.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too. We got one more interview, it looks like here. It's going to be Christian Gomez. He ended up with a 9th place finish tonight, reaching the instant point limit. So we're going to see if we can pull him in here. Hey, Christian, you got a copy?
Yep.
Alrighty, man. That was a race. Walk us through some of that. Like, you were the man on fire tonight. These last 2 weeks have been rough for you, man.
Yeah. Well, it all started when I went to the first corner, hit my brake marker, made a right turn, then went up the. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. No, Yeah, this race was a trip. It was just a lot of stupid mistakes. So I mean, in the end, I'm just gonna be completely frank here. The having the penalties from last week come over to this week, I did it to myself. Coming from the back, I knew it was just going to be it was going to be difficult, and yeah, it was it was interesting. Yeah, but either way, I'm not. It's a 2 bad weeks. You look at my teammate. He's been having a rough season, and he comes out here and gets a win. So it's it is possible to bounce back. It is possible to do well, and congratulations to him, obviously. And it's just a matter of just keeping cool. It's still the regular season. Shane wasn't here. That's a positive. I wish I could have gone 3rd place points, but I did it to myself at the end. I had too many incidents. I slid up into Tom. That's nothing. He did nothing wrong. I did it to myself, and just stupid little off tracks that just added on to the bonus. The bump I gave to Robert that iRacing decided to send him to the stratosphere, and it was just an unlucky race, honestly. That's all I could just chalk it up to.
Yeah, Christian, let's talk me through the battle with Bronson around lap 23, lap 25. Because you guys were going really hard at it, and it ended up looking like a karting race, is what I said on the broadcast. I wondered if you were channeling your inner Ryan Norberg.
Yeah, that battle was interesting. He was doing his thing. He was just, he had the right of way. He was defending. He was doing his job. I had more pace, so he was trying to do everything he could. Once I got next to him there on the bus stop, I've seen that move before. I respect it because I'm one that appreciates the classics. But again, it is what it is. I mean, it just happens, and it's not really just. I really don't really have much else to say about on that matter. Just it happens. He did what he had to do, and yeah, just move on. Next week is the All-Star race. I won't be here for that, unfortunately. But the week after that, no more drive-throughs, no more penalties, first lap penalties or whatever that I have to serve EOLs and whatnot. So again, it's just in 2 weeks. Just it's the final stretch towards the playoffs. Just try to pick off as many points as possible, and yeah, hopefully hold on to the regular season championship here.
Yeah, a wild race, man. A wild couple weeks. Obviously, you're not going to be. There's a lot of people not being at the Coliseum next week. It's going to be interesting to see who all shows up and how that's going to go. Obviously, we know what the next 4 races are going to be: Charlotte, Fontana, Kentucky, Daytona. Those 4 races are going to be really big as far as determining who sits where in the playoffs here. We've seen you kind of take off the gloves. You've been going all out trying to get these bonus points and taking those risks. Charlotte being the endurance race of the season, then Fontana, a bit of redemption chance for you there, given how Auto Club went at the beginning of the season. Then Kentucky and Daytona. How are you feeling going into these next 4 races, knowing that you can kind of take a week and kind of reset from Phoenix and Watkins Glen and kind of get yourself back and focused into making that run for the playoffs and getting into the playoffs and going for the championship?
Yeah, I have been needing this little break actually. Luckily, just my work schedule just seems to align. Like you, I think you hit the nail on the head. I've been running myself ragged here, trying to get as many points as possible, and it's yeah, it's a good little break just to refocus, get the mentality back. I know I could do well at 3 out of 4 of those tracks. Daytona's always a lottery, so I just that race is always up to chance. So, but yeah, it's just a matter of just resetting and getting the final 3 races. Try to get a win or 2 out of those because I know I can be competitive now in ovals. This is where that Vegas win comes clutch because unfortunately didn't win here, but at least I still got 2 wins going in, which was the tally I expected to have at this point of the season anyway, because Road America and Watkins Glen. So, still according to plan, things are still going all right, and yeah, just calm down, not let external factors get to me like it's done in the past, and I will admit that, and just be ready to go for what's next here in the championship.
Alrighty, Christian. Well, obviously a rough night here at the office tonight, but you get a week off, get to kind of take a break and then come back for Charlotte. 250 laps. What a race to come back to. But unfortunately, 9th place finish there for Christian. I believe you still jump into the points lead, however, barely, not as much as you want to be there. But are you expecting to be at all 4 races to end the season?
We'll see. It all depends on how my work schedule is as well, because I believe there's one race I think maybe Daytona I won't be able to do, but it's just a matter of maximizing these next 3 races, try to get the best results possible. And yeah, it's unfortunate that Shane wasn't here. I was looking forward to racing with him tonight because he was really competitive at Road America. Hopefully everything's all right with him. This was out of character for him, and
to our
because he
understanding,
misses a race. So yeah,
to our understanding, he's a controller guy, and he did the full 500 last night, so he was pretty beat.
The what?
There was a 500-mile race from a different group last night, and he was on a controller.
He's probably still on ice right now, then.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
imagine doing 500 miles at Daytona and then turn around and doing another 130 here. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, it's all once the playoffs come. That's when things change. That's when things really start heating up, and it's all about just having the mental sharpness when the time comes. So just again, maximize whatever I can these next 3 races. Not let the external factors get to me, and yeah, just when the time comes, be ready.
Alrighty, Christian. Well, unfortunate luck here tonight, but 4 races to get it all reset and ready for the playoffs. We will see you in 2 weeks at Charlotte.
All right, thank you.
That was Christian Gomez. That concludes our interviews for the evening here at Watkins Glen. What an interesting race. Man, that was a wild one. I have to go back and watch that one myself because that was just wild. Absolutely wild. What a race.
Yeah, there's almost too many talking points to come out of that race. There's just so much action that went on in the first half of that race, and then even in the dying laps, it really got interesting there at the end for sure. But man, that was definitely another unexpected jewel from us this year.
Go ahead.
No, it's one of those things like we and I told Kristina this because I'm like, this is not going to be the most exciting race of the season. Boy, was I wrong. That was up there. That was just a wild race. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. 3 races I've been in the booth and 3 absolute bangers. I think I gotta make sure I do this every week so we get some good races.
I won't be there next week, but I don't know. If we keep having races like that, give me a lot to do. So,
right? Yeah, it's been fun having both of you in the booth, Justin Dittrich and Kristina Ryan, joining us in the booth here on ABN tonight. We've got the All-Star race next week at the LA Coliseum. I know Kristina's not going to be there. Justin, I'm not sure. Are you going to be there?
I'm not sure if anybody's going to be there. Actually, it sounds like it's going to be an empty stadium. Everybody's going to roll up, maybe 3 people, but
Maybe I might have to drive and commentate at the same time.
Be our in-race reporter. Absolutely.
Yeah, in-race reporter.
I think old Tony Stewart did that once, didn't he? In SRX.
Something like that. We'll kind of experiment. We'll play some games with it and see how it works. It's the All-Star race. We get to do some fun stuff about it. It's going to be the LA Coliseum. It's a boring. There's nothing more to talk about it with that one. But after the LA Coliseum, the All-Star race next week, then it is full on getting ready for the playoffs. Charlotte, 250 laps. It is the endurance race here in the Shake and Bake Next Gen series. Then it's Fontana, Kentucky, and Daytona to round out the regular season. Watkins Glen has given us a lot to talk about. We're going to have to try to process it all and get ready for the All-Star race in Charlotte, because a lot of people are going to have a lot of claims to stake with these next 4 races. Just what a wild finish. Trenton Jump, our race winner, first race win of the season for him. Bronson Stafford on the podium for the 2nd week in a row. I believe that's his 4th podium on the season. And Tom Bourne once again on the podium after finishing on the podium at Las Vegas. That, I think, is going to do it for our coverage here for ABN. This is the Shake and Bake Next Gen series from Watkins Glen. For Justin Dittrich and Kristina Ryan, I'm Clayton Hardy. Thank you all so very much for spending your Thursday night with us. We will see you all next week at the Coliseum. So long, everybody.